Come morning, and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans. Bazzy, your bed yet? Yeah, I've been out of my bed and showered and breakfast. That's why I'm late, because I was getting showered and breakfast and stuff. All these things that you need to do before you don your ugly face on telly, as they say, because a lot of you watch on telly. Anyway, good morning, and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View to everyone that's watching around the world and everyone that has subscribed to the channel. Celtic got a massive week at Celtic this week. As we all know, we are expecting Celtic to officially announce that Martin O'Neill is the manager. We're sitting on Monday morning, and Celtic still haven't announced. Baz must be getting interviewed for the digital job. Celtic still have Nancy last live on YouTube channel. Jesus. No. Funnily enough, work is taking a weird. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week work-wise this week. But anyway, back to Celtic. Celtic still haven't said anything about Martin O'Neill. Going to the website, still nothing. Going to the land of Twitter, and I don't think anybody is even at Celtic. Just go on to the Celtic. Sorry, I'm running late this morning. I do. That's me. That's not Celtic. We are still waiting. Why are we waiting? Don't know. It's just like Celtic just doing Celtic, aren't they? Celtic Football Club on the land of Twitter haven't put anything out since the 5th of June. Nah, 5th of June. Last time Celtic put something out. Nothing, not even a birthday wish. Not even a birthday wish to some player from a bygone era. Stuff that they usually fill in with. Yeah, the 5th. They were they were they were very busy on the 5th. And then they must have got word that Martin O'Neill was going to be the manager. So they stopped everything and thought, what do we do? What do we do? Nothing on the land of Twitter. Is Facebook going to be any different? I doubt it. For those who don't have Facebook, let's just go Celtic FC, because I know that quite a lot of you don't do social media. Sensible people. 5th of June again. Come on, Celtic, confirm the news, please. Everyone else has. Martin O'Neill. um, is it embarrassing, or is it just Celtic being Celtic? Um, I mean, the last thing they put on was "Happy Birthday to Kieran Tierney." Ah, they've got music on it. How dare they? And then the World Cup Celts. That was on the 4th of June. Benji Negrin's seemingly been speaking to the media in other news. And he said, when asked about a potential transfer this summer, he said, "We'll see." What do you want the player to? Do you know this crazy nonsense that you get when you get a journalist? They'll go, "So do you want to move away from Celtic this year?" I'm getting ready for the World Cup, mate. I'm not even really thinking about that. It's what a player should say. Do you know? But you can never say never. Man, I'm sitting here doing this. Never say never, as they say. Anyway, it is one of those slow news morning days. So I am going to jump into the comments section. Celtic are basically mute FC. Yes, they are. I don't know what to say really. I mean, we could fill the half hour with rumours. There's no point, is there? We could fill. I think that'll be interesting to see what Celtic do say today. They will make the announcement surely at some point. Let me just see if we can. Celtic. Stock exchange announcements. accept all. I tell you one thing, the share price of Celtic has jumped up phenomenally. And this is all due to Willie Hockey. I'm going to put it on. This is what we can talk about this one. The finances of the club. Let me just do this and we'll share this screen. Let me pull this over here. So this is the current share price at Celtic. And you can see, you go way back to November here. It was sitting where it sat for quite a while, to be honest. Let's go a 5-year timeline. Wow, October 2022. 109 pence, £1.09. And then you look at it today, that massive jump. Now here, around about here, is when Willie Hockey, here's when Celtic obviously got beat and the share price went down. And then it's about this time that the Willie Hockey thing was getting announced, wasn't it? And then surprise, surprise, the share price starts to go up. Why is this important? Well, when you've got someone like Willie Hockey who's saying that if we get 50,000 Celtic fans to sign up to the Celtic Season Ticket Alliance Trust, he's going to buy £10 million of shares. So what happens in the market is you get normal people will go, oh, well, the share price is going to go up, isn't it? I'm going to have a bit of that. They'll buy £5,000, £10,000 worth of shares. You've got other people in the market that will start buying up shares because they know that Willie Hockey's want to buy the shares. So when Willie Hockey then places an order onto the stock exchange, it's like, who wants to sell? Thumph, that's how it works. It's, yeah. So there's a lot of people making some extra cash out of Celtic at this moment. Hence the reason that the stock price would go up, because there's been a lot of people buying the shares. Anyway, let's get back to we'll go to the 6 month. And that shows you even more, because back in February and stuff, that was the turn of the year when Willie Hockey kindly spoke about it. Jump about 5 pence, 7 pence. What results were on the 10th and the 4th at Celtic that weekend, 9th and the 4th? What results happened then? What did we get beat? And then could this be a little announcement? And then, yep, we're shite. We're not going to win the league. And then you get to the end of May and you've kind of won the league. Share price hasn't made a lot of difference. But then Willie Hockey at the end of May starts going around Celtic supporters clubs and telling everyone about his grand plan, the grand finale. Not a takeover, but a plan to buy £10 million worth of shares. So word that gets out on the street, and word gets out in the street, and then people start buying up the shares, and this is what happens. That'll be interesting to watch over the course of the summer when we see how many. And when will Willie Hockey tell Celtic fans how many people have signed up? Because that will then cause fluctuations in the stock price again. And people will say, "Oh, Celtic are getting ready to sell." No, they're not. It's market stuff. Anyway, let's get back on to this screen. Kev says, I must be getting ready to be interviewed for a digital job at Celtic. Celtic stuff with Nancy is last live on YouTube channel. It's embarrassing. I wonder if Michael Nicholson will go, "Hi Martin, my saviour, big cuddle," like he did to Wilfred Nancy. Can't wait to see the interview that goes out to it. Will be Martin O'Neill sitting with Jerry, won't it? And it'll be like, "All right, Martin, so you're back for another year and potentially two." It would just be Jerry and Martin, and that'll be it. You know, they'll not be walking around there's no Detley next town, is there? Nobody at all. They're all gone. Anyway, right, we move on to some of the comments this morning. Just trying to see if anybody's got anything. Hopefully, not Keane getting announced today. Ha ha. We're doing nothing till August. Mark my words, says Stephen Sloan. Yes, you will you could be correct on that. You know, Celtic will forget. Martin has to be back up in Scotland. He's in Scotland this week, so maybe Martin's went. Look, I'm coming up to go to Kirkcaldy on Friday, and then Gaelic Shields on the Saturday. Can we hang off? I don't really want to come up to Glasgow at the beginning of the week. Can I hang off till Thursday? And then we'll get it all done in one go. Save me all that plus and travelling up and down to Glasgow. Don't know, I like the trains and stuff, but yeah. Will Dermot Desmond fly him in on his private jet like he does players and other managers? We'll wait and see. We need to get our act together, both board, players and staff. When does the transfer window open? I think it's the 15th of the month because of the World Cup. They've not even put about Welsh and Palmer. No. And when you've got... And I feel sorry for Stephen Welsh. Do you know, when you've given your life, in literal terms, you've given your life to Celtic Football Club. You've came through the ranks of the academy. You have busted a gut to get into the first team, which is Stephen Welsh needs a little bit of respect from Celtic. Don't know. It's a shame. Maybe they will put out. Yeah, but then again, it's Celtic. They maybe just go, oh fuck, we forgot about Stevie. Fuck. Maybe there's nobody in the social media department. Maybe it was Nicholson that was in the social media department all the time. Stock market opened at 8 a.m. and trying to see where they get information about the stock. Let me just trip back this page. Uh, 15th of April. I found a site that gives me all the information I need. Oh, look at this. This is an interesting site. Investigate.co.uk. There's a super chat from a lot of Mitch. I'll get to that in a second. But we need to look at this site, ladies and gentlemen. Right, here's the site. So this is... can you click on these? AGM. That was the previous AGM. And then we'll go... Whoa, the 4th of December, 7-8. Right, here we go. This is proof. Right, so what are Celtic playing at? Here is the proof in the pudding. 7 a.m. on the 4th of December. Appointment of Wilfred Nancy. Celtic PLC announced the appointment of Wilfred Nancy as the club first team manager, effective December 4th, replacing Matthew O'Neill as interim. Sean Maloney. The board welcomed Nancy and thanked the outgoing staff for their recent contributions. There we go. And here's the big part. It's signed by Christopher Mackay, Chief Financial Officer. There you go. So that was then. As of today, nothing. Nada. The last was on the 15th of April, director's retirement. Tom Allison, Celtic Football Club today announced that Tom Allison has retired from the board of Celtic PLC. That was back on the 15th of April. Look, you see the date up there. 15th of April, 2026. Signed, Joanne McNairn, company secretary. Interim manager appointed. Issue, share capital, 19th of January. Well. As a result of Conversion of 10,000 convertible cumulative preference shares of 60 pence each, and it's non shares. I know nothing. I know nothing. Want to use that are into like finances of companies? Could maybe give us an explanation of this stuff? Hmm. It's on investigate.co.uk /announcements /RNS /Celtic. Interim report. Good interim. Um, Profits. Chairman's statement. We witnessed a great deal of change and disruption in the 6 months to December 31st, 2025. After winning our fourth successive league title last season, 13th and 14th seasons, we are looking forward to the campaign with positivity. We had no prior warning of the resignation of our first team manager. Our exit from the Champions League in August was a bitter blow. I mean, we know all this. We don't need to go over it, don't we? Dry your eyes, mate. But anyway, we'll just update that. And there is no announcement as yet from Celtic to the stock exchange that Martin O'Neill's the manager. There you go. Same old Celtic, dilly dallying. Same old Celtic, dilly dallying. Let me see. There has to be another official. Oh, share price, that's LondonStockExchange.com. Ordinaries, 1 pence share price. And that's just another one looking at the share price. No information. Oh, company info. There we go. It's just information. I'm going to jump to the end of the comments. Does anyone know Dermot Desmond's middle name? Does anyone know? Does anyone know about Dermot Desmond's middle name? Alison gone before no time has. Yeah, we'll wait this out. I'm waiting to see. Does anybody know? Still sleeping at the wheel. Never mind. Yeah, we're more than sleeping at the wheel. It is a slow news day, but this will give you a laugh this morning. I was move on. Oh, we want to keep hearing it again. Yes. No, it's not. There's something weird about this. I'm just going to share the screen. Unless it's not Dermot, unless it's so you have the main directors, the interim independent non-executive chairman, Brian David Henderson Wilson, and Michael Gordon Kenneth Nicholson, chief executive, and executive director, Christopher Mackay, chief financial officer, executive director, Joanne McNairn, company secretary, Sharon Brown, independent non-executive director. At the bottom, Brian Rose, independent non-executive director. Just before him, Dermot Fashna Desmond. There we go. There we go. It's Celtic have 1,008 employees. Well, that's taking a jump this morning, a downward turn, isn't it? Market cap of 231 million. And they're in the recreational activities under the London Stock Exchange. I am still. He's a saint. I need to do some digging. Who is Fachner? That's a saint. Yeah, so he is. He's a saint. Well, there was an Irish saint. I never knew that. The name Fachna is of Irish origin, deriving from Gaelic word Fachne, which translates to mighty or brave. God bless his mother. There we go. There we go. That's it. That's it. You can tell it's a slow news day, isn't it? Anyway, Martin O'Neill hasn't even been announced to the London Stock Exchange as it stands. My confirmation name is Francis, says Kev. We really needed to know that. It's a good Fachna. It's a good Irish name, Fachna. Well, there you go. In Scottish, it's fuck no. I'm spending nothing. Mike the Mute. What more do you need from a CEO? Yeah, Fachna means hostile in Gaelic. Well, according to this, it means brave. According to brave. Anyway, we move on. Just Monday morning, up with the lark. And Dermot will still not spend a penny. No, he will not spend a penny. That's what it really means, doesn't it? Brave means like tight, arsed. Should we stay alive till Celtic make an announcement? No, I've got way more other things that I need to do. Might happen at 9 p.m. Well, tell me what will happen right now is I need to put a fan on because the temperature has just went through the roof. I'm probably sweating in this t-shirt already. It's one of those. It's now in cold shower morning weather. I mean, you get up and have a hot shower every morning. We get up and have a cold shower. And then you have a cold shower in the afternoon, a cold one at night. 2 p.m. Might happen. Well, no, I don't think it would happen at 9 a.m. because those other ones that we looked at on that other website, all the other announcements for managers, we can only go on previous announcements. And yeah, Celtic have always done it first thing in the morning. Right, look here. Brendan Rodgers to leave Celtic 7 a.m. Stock Exchange. $2023, going to previous. Because there will be Neil Lennon to depart Celtic, 7 a.m. There we go. 2021. So they always do it around about the same time. Well, wait a minute. 10:25. Ange Postecoglou to leave Celtic. Where was the announcement of Ange coming to Celtic? Oh, there it's there. 8:51. Well, there we go. We're past 8:51 Celtic Park time though. We are way past 8:51 Celtic Park time. But generally, these type of things are done in the morning, which means that they're lodged with the stock exchange the night before. And it's been the weekend, it's been a Friday. Nicholson went, I'm not going into work at the weekend. I don't get paid double time. I'm not going into the office until Monday. Dermot, deal with it. Like a petulant little child. Even that's all. That was 3 p.m. Wilfred Nancy leaves Celtic 3 p.m. 7 a.m. Interim manager appointed 6th of January. Martin will be supported by Sean Maloney and Mark Following as assistants, as well as Steve McManus, who will join our existing coaches, Gavin Strachan, Steve Woods, and Greg Wallace. Oh, jeez, the irony. So yeah, still nothing as yet from Celtic. Do we expect anything less? Anything more? No. Catch up with that. It has been a sidelined. Look at the time that they announced Rodgers. We did. It was 7 in the morning. Despite fan media, they'll announce it tonight when fan media has done all their podcasts. I'll not have done all my podcasts. Well, you're talking about the rest of the fan media. Yeah, see. Celtic's Benji Negrin has been put through an individual training plan ahead of Sweden's World Cup opener. The midfielder sustained a knock on during the country's 2-2 draw with Greece and was substituted in the 64th minute. The 1.7 million signing, they like to put that in, don't they? Who scored 21 goals this season, was one of 4 players unable to fully participate in a training session. Wow. There we go. Fans don't need to know who the manager is. Robbie and a Saint Fuck's Not Mask will do it. No, it's not the guy from MasterChef. I could confirm it was a different Greg Wallace. There's a guy called Greg Wallace on the Celtic stuff. And people are putting 2 and 2 together. Baz Martin O'Neill's still contracted to Celtic until the 30th of June 2026, according to transfer. So they don't have to announce anything then. Wait a minute here. Right, let's get onto that site. Martin O'Neill, interim manager appointed. It just says until the end of the season. Now, the Celtic, I would rather go with the Celtic PLC statement than transfer market. Because the Celtic PLC statement, the official statement on the 5th of January, all that said was Martin O'Neill was to be appointed interim manager until the end of the season. The end of the season's the end of May. So why would it have on transfer market June? Maybe that's why Celtic are not putting anything out. And why would Martin O'Neill be interim manager until June? when the transfer market will already opened and they were already interviewing. Celtic confirmed that Martin O'Neill will be joining the club as interim manager until the end of the season. Martin will be supported by Sean Maloney, Mark Follum, an assistant, as well as Steve McManus, who will join our existing coaches, Gavin Strachan, Stevie Woods, Greg Wallace, to oversee first team matters. Doesn't give an end date, Celtic or the club. End. End. So it's just end. It's end of statement. Still nothing new. You just think that this site would automatically update anything, add to alerts list? No, because they'll probably want my information. I see, you're not getting my information. Clever clogs, eh? Right, anyway, Celtic still haven't announced anything as yet. Let's go to the official site. And still nada from Celtic on news and nothing. Anyway, that has been done and dusted for this morning. I will jump on live later today if Celtic do. Baz, phone Chris Mackay on that number and ask him. Mate, it would come up a Spanish number and they would they'd be like, fuck off. You phone him. Maybe that he has not agreed his backroom staff and they're holding off until that is agreed. I wouldn't necessarily say so. If they've agreed that and it's went out, if it's went public, you would think that it's Rodgers walking around Byers Road yesterday. He's still got a house in Glasgow. I don't think he's sold his house yet. Give the board more time to make up shit. Yeah, this is true. When that phone line will be left on Do Not Disturb. Yes, this is very true. Have a sweepstake. Joseph, yeah, have a sweepstake in the comment section. I've been on for half an hour. And I was meant to go for the super chat. The super chat from Wee Mitch came in. Congratulations on the 27. Thank you, mate. Big thank you for that. Thank you, seriously. Yeah, it was an emotional day yesterday. But we did it. We did it. We got to the target of 27,000 before Celtic can announce their new manager officially, which is going at this rate. We may hit 28,000 before Celtic announce the next manager. I'm just saying. Recruitment. O'Neill has them all worried. Don't think so. Yeah, there's not a lot going around Celtic-wise this morning, as you would expect, as it is the World Cup week. Yes, it is a big week in world football, whether you like it or not. The World Cup is in the United States of America. The United States of America blocked 40-odd Moroccans getting into the country, even though they paid for hotels, paid for tickets, all in advance, and even got their visas from the United States, and they were blocked getting into America. The Iranians have to travel from Mexico. They're not allowed to stay in America. They have to travel from Mexico, play in America, and then fly back to Mexico after the game. Totally disgusting. It should never be held at the World Cup. Should never be held in America again, ever. Thursday sees the kickoff, the launch of the World Cup this year, the full match schedule. The first game is on Thursday evening, and Mexico versus South Africa. Oh, will our little Mexican that used to be at Celtic be in this? He's in the squad, but will he be in the team? Will Julian Araujo be in the team to get Celtic fans having a little bit of a love fest for Julian Araujo versus South Africa? And then it goes on to on the Friday, South Korea versus Chechnya, and then first look at Alistair Johnston in World Cup action. Remember, it was the World Cup that we found Alistair Johnston the last time. He's Friday 9 o'clock. Friday morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, South Korea, Chechnya, if you're up for that. And this will be Central European time, so it'll be like 3 o'clock in the morning. USA versus Paraguay. That's a fix, that one, isn't it? because the USA kind of just did they not try and take over Paraguay, military coup type stuff. USA versus Paraguay. That is around about. I think it'll be 2 o'clock Celtic Park time, 3 o'clock Central European time. And Group B, Qatar versus Switzerland, 9 o'clock Saturday night. 8 o'clock Celtic Park time. That'll be interesting. Qatar, Switzerland. Big one. Brazil, Morocco. Brazil, Morocco on Sunday the 14th. That's a midnight kickoff. That's a killer, man. I don't want to sit up till 2 in the morning on a Sunday night watching football, and Mrs. is like, well, you turn that fucking telly down, I'm working in the morning. Hattie versus Scotland is at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock Central European time. There is not a chance I'm staying up for that one. And then we go on to Austria versus Turkey, 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh, should I get up for that one? I might be up anyway. Might do a watch along. Should we do a watch along for the second half of the Austria-Turkey game? Might do that. Do a watch along for the Australia-Turkey game for the second half only. So it gives me that little extra 45 minutes. That means I didn't need to get up till like 7:15. Out of bed, through the shower like a sheep dip, and get ready. Germany. There on Sunday the 14th, that is a 6 o'clock kickoff. We'll do a watch along for that one, definitely. Netherlands versus Japan, that's a 10 o'clock at night kickoff for me, 9 o'clock, so at part time. Ivory Coast, Ecuador, that is a midnight for UK, 1 o'clock Central European time. Sweden versus Tunisia, that would have been a good game to watch, but it's on at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I think I'll give it a miss. So many people from the World Cup are just not going to be watching on telly. Who the fuck not getting up at that time to watch the football? Jesus, go work in the morning. Spain versus Capo Verde. That's a 6 o'clock one. That'll be getting watched along that one. Big shout out to Malaga. Malaga went away to the Gran Canaria and they beat Gran Canaria Las Palmas 1-0 last night. Big up Malaga. They have got play the return game on Wednesday. And I will be watching that game. Never try and get tickets for that, but and that one step closer. Malaga's one step closer to getting into the La Liga. Belgium versus Egypt. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff. That could be a good one for the Monday night. Also, could do a double watch along that night, just to really annoy the missus. Watch the first game at 6 o'clock. Watch the other game at 9 o'clock. Wow. Mega football. Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay. That is a midnight kickoff time, 11 p.m. The watch along last night, I decided to just sit. I was knackered, mate, and I went for a sleep before the watch along last night. And I got up and I was like, I am shattered. I'm just going to lie on the couch and watch the game. So I cancelled it. And it was a half decent game. I liked the way the Malaga played last night. That's it. Times are great for me. 7 or 8 a.m. sometimes, says Chris in Australia. Iran versus New Zealand. That is a 3 a.m. kickoff. 2 a.m. Celtic Park time. 3 a.m. Central European time. France versus Senegal. I'm going to watch that just purely for the banter. Because you'll get half the French team are Senegalese. Half the Senegalese team stay in France. So weird, isn't it? That would just be like, there has to be some kind of like animosity in that game, especially when it's the Senegalese that are running around Paris, bringing it to its knees. That's a lose-lose for Paris, isn't it? If Senegal wins, they riot. If France wins, they riot. Oh, you can't make it up. Iraq versus Norway. That is 11 p.m. kickoff time, Celtic Park time, midnight Central European time. Argentina versus Algeria. That'll be a good game. But it's at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 a.m. Central European time. Austria versus Jordan. Nobody will watch that. It's 5 a.m. Celtic part time, 6 a.m. Central European. Portugal versus the Dominican Republic of Congo. 6 o'clock. We'll definitely watch that one. Just so we can go on bungo and bungo. We can get a Ribena. Joke. I know it's a bad one, but it was a joke. England versus Croatia. Whoa. Benidorm's on high alert for that game. It is at 10 o'clock at night. Benidorm full of English. 200 extra riot police have been brought into Benidorm just for this game. And for England fans coming to Benidorm. I can't wait to watch the Spanish media. It's going to be brilliant. Oh, you're going to see them getting kicked about all over the place. God. Ghana versus Panama. That's on at midnight. Uzbekistan versus Colombia is a 3 a.m. kickoff. Chechnya, South Africa, 6 p.m. Central European time, 5 p.m. Celtic part time. That would be one for a watch along, the 18th. Switzerland versus Bosnia Herzegovina, and that's an 8 p.m. Switzerland. Are they going to do anything? Canada on the 19th of that's versus Qatar. That's 11 p.m. kickoff. 12 o'clock midnight Central European time. Mexico, South Korea. That's an easy one for Mexico, isn't it? So, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, could be a little bit of a grudge match, that. Especially with a couple of ex-Celtic players in both teams. That's a 3 a.m. Central European time on the 19th. 2 a.m. Are there a lot of you getting up to watch the 2 a.m. games at Celtic part time? USA versus Australia. Come on, Australia. We'll all be Aussies that day. We'll definitely be watching that game. The whole world will be Australia for that day. We'll all get hats with corks hanging off them. And we will all be Australian. The world will be Australian for that 90 minutes. And then Saturday, the 20th of June, Scotland versus Morocco. And I could see it. It's just over there. It's cloudy. I can't see it today. When it's not cloudy, you can see the mountains of Morocco out the window. That'll be a cracking game. It is a midnight kickoff on Saturday night. The missus does start a little bit later on the Sunday, so she'll have to deal with it. Yeah. Brazil versus Haiti. That is a 2:30, 1:30 a.m. kickoff, Celtic party. Turkey, Paraguay, 4 a.m. kickoff, 5 p.m. Central European time. Netherlands versus Sweden. That'll be a good one to watch on Saturday the 20th. And then, there's another one, Saturday the 20th. 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, Germany, Ivory Coast. That could be a good one. Sunday, 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, Ecuador, Tunisia, Japan, 5 o'clock in the morning, no thank you, but it'll be good to see how Daizen Maeda performs in that game. Spain versus Saudi Arabia. I'll be watching that one because it's a 6 o'clock kickoff, 5 p.m. Celtic part time. And then on the 21st also is Belgium versus Iran, 9 o'clock. Got a little break in between. It could be a good, could be knackering, but it could be a good laugh. Could be the most epic. I wonder if has there been a channel that's done like so many watch-alongs during the World Cup? I wonder if we do it. Can we stay up for it? Argentina, Austria, France, Iraq, 11 o'clock. Argentina, Austria. I'm going to watch that because I think Argentina will go to the later stages. So that's Monday the 22nd. I should have done the screen share. I'll let you see just rather than keeping it all to myself. And remember, these are Central European times that you're seeing on the screen. They're not Celtic part times. Norway, Senegal, 2 in the morning. No thank you. France, Iraq, 10 o'clock at night for you, 11 o'clock for me. Jordan, Algeria, no thanks. Portugal, Uzbekistan. What a one-sided game that will be. But then again, it's Kara Almaty territory, isn't it? Will Portugal succumb to Uzbekistan? I don't think so. And then England versus Ghana, another 10 o'clock at night kickoff. The Polish and Benidorm will be. Oh, there are going to be so many people in jail in Benidorm during that time. It's going to be hilarious. England, Ghana, 9 o'clock UK time, 10 o'clock Central European time. Panama versus Croatia, 1 o'clock in the morning. No thanks. 4 o'clock in the morning. Colombia, Dominican Republic of Congo. 9 o'clock at night. Switzerland, Canada. That'll be a good one to watch. See how Alistair Johnson's getting on there. The 24th of June. Bosnia Herzegovina versus Qatar. No thanks. I'll give that one a miss. Morocco versus Haiti. That's an important one for Scotland because it depends on what the Scotland score was for the first game. The Morocco needs to better it. Scotland versus Brazil. It's got to be an early night, love. Midnight kickoff. Midnight kickoff. If you think I'm staying up by fucking midnight to watch the football with you, how can I book myself a hotel and watch it? How can I watch it in a hotel room myself? Take the Fire Stick with me and ruin their internet. You heard it, folks. Right, who's got to Torremolinos? You heard it. She said it. For the games that are on at midnight, I have to go somewhere else. I have to book a hotel. I'm up at 6:30 in the morning. One's a Saturday night. She went all quiet. She's gone. Let's go. Right, quick, I'm going into booking.com. Torremolinos. It's only an hour's drive down the road. It's not even that, it's 50 minutes, isn't it? 50 minutes or something. Anyway, let's just jump. Japan, Sweden. Oh, that's a late game. That one for me is 1 o'clock in the morning. That'll be a good game to watch, though. A little bit of grudge match there. Benji Nigrin be wanting to get one over Daisen Maeda. Turkey versus USA. Paraguay versus Australia. Norway, France. That'll be a good one to watch. Be watching that one. Senegal, Iraq. Yeah, I think I'll watch the Norway one rather than the Senegal, Iraq one. It takes us to the 27th of June. Jesus God, it's some month, isn't it? Football wise. She's like, thought there was no football in the summer. Thought there was no football in the summer. You say this every year. There's no football. There's always fucking football. I know you don't sound like that. I'm just winding you up. Oh, it's a cracking morning. Colombia, Portugal. Well, that's one that I would have thought that that's something that happens quite regular. Colombia, Portugal. Shipments and stuff. Dominican Republic of Congo. That's at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's at half one. Why did they change it for 1 o'clock in the morning at half one? Why did they start putting in half-hour slots? 4 a.m. You can forget that. And then when it gets down to the round of 32, it's to be arranged, obviously. But the times are looking a little bit better. The 28th, 8 o'clock at night, Celtic Park time. So yeah, we can do a lot more. Well, maybe not. Time you get to, well, that's later on. It's 29th, 30th, yep. 1st of July. So one morning in July, I was walking through the prairie. Oh, what do they say? Well, you stand by your man like a true Irishman and go and fight the forces of the crown. Well, you march with O'Neill to the Irish battlefields. And that is me done and dusted for this morning. Thank you everyone that's joined in. That was just a little bit of passing the time this Monday morning. I could see that people have decided just bugger this, I'm off. Big shout out to Wee Mitch for the super chat, and it's been not too bad. Will Dyson keep will oh no, Baz is going to be in the doghouse before the World Cup starts. I'll be staying in a hotel before the World Cup starts. Maeda will stay because of Martin. I don't think so. I think he will be off. Celtic will want the cash. Anyway, that has been done and dusted for this morning. Let's check the stock exchange. Still nothing. Oh, Celtic have made an announcement. Wait a minute. Shock horror. Celtic Football Club have just made an announcement. It's not what you think. Official Celtic FC podcast, Alan Johnston World Cup preview and season review. That's one of those things that they pre-scheduled. They do the work like a couple of weeks ago during the season, about a month ago, and then they edit it and stuff, and then they schedule it to go out today. Sorry about that, got you all excited. But yeah, that's the Celtic of. They've not really done anything because they booked that in weeks ago. Anyway, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans. It's on the bus. I can't. On the bus. Have they done it? No, they haven't. I'll catch you all later, says Joseph Davison, and I shall see you all later on too. As soon as Celtic make an announcement. Yeah. Have a fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are all around the world.